Hello and welcome. I'm Zombie Kitty and it has been 2 years since I started my YouTube channel. The channel is now 2 years old and I thought for this video I was going to go back on my older videos, comment on some of them, comment on the thumbnails, what I could have changed, what I liked about them, you know, just self-analyse basically. This isn't really going to be anything else really. I didn't really have any other plans and especially since I missed the first year anniversary last year. I can't remember what I was doing at the time, but I completely missed it. So you'll excuse me for the way that I'm recording this. I couldn't figure out how to grab the thumbnails off each video because some of these I don't have them anymore. So we're going to go right back to the very beginning. Obviously this was the very first video on my channel. I wanted to kind of start the channel by immediately going into the whole Jacksepticeye ego narrative. Because eventually I wanted to do like a theory video and a chronological order video, which yes, I'm still planning on doing that. Just obviously a lot of things have happened within the narrative that it's taken me a while to get through to that. But that I am currently planning that out and writing that out at the moment. So probably this year. But this was the very first video. I started on this one just because it was Auntie's like first proper video without like the random glitches every now and again in like the sister location video and the cubicle VR video and all that lot. So I was like, okay, I think this is the best one to start off with, and also it's a singular video instead of something like originally I was going to start off with sister location, and I think that's like 4 or 5 hour videos each. So I was like, well, I don't really want to start off with a series. I don't think that's a good idea. But so far, this has got 4.2 thousand views. Why? I'm still kind of amazed at that. Because the thumbnail's not that great. The thumbnail, I used to record on OBS for everything, basically. I don't now. I record the face cam with my Canon handheld camera, and I use either Xbox Game Bar for this footage that you're seeing on screen, this all here, or I use OBS for the gameplay, but not really that often. It's not very reliable, but at the time, yeah, I was using OBS for everything, just because when I was reacting to like videos and stuff, I could press pause and press play in real time. But now obviously I'm not doing that anymore. I have to edit in the spaces where I paused it. At the time I didn't have Photoshop or anything like that, so I was like, okay, let's just pick the thumbnails that YouTube generates for you. So that's what I kind of started doing for a while. Although saying that, this particular video for the PAX East intro reaction, I tried to do, like, that was my first attempt on trying to do an actual thumbnail that wasn't from the video. I like the image, like the idea of it was like, the more you look at it, the more you can see two different things. So obviously Auntie's hand here you can see just very slightly. That particular, because I think that shot, the Auntie shot, was like a split-second thing in the intro clip. So that took ages to actually get, because at the time I had a Mac and that doesn't have freeze frame. Again, at the time it was a very old laptop, but at the time it didn't have, you couldn't go frame by frame on the YouTube videos. So I did kind of have to guess on when it was going to happen. And then this text, I would happily go back and redo that because you can't see it. This was, again, I had no idea what I was doing sort of thumbnail sizing wise, so I was kind of making it up as, I mean, I'm still making it up as I go along. Nothing's really changed on that front. But yeah, I was especially like, let's just see what happens. I think after the PAX East thumbnail, I just wasn't very confident with making my own thumbnails, so I just went back to these generated ones. This I filmed, again, I was trying to do a video every day, and obviously on that day I had nothing to upload, so I was like, okay, let's just put this in. I think this is from 2015 when the first Jurassic World film came out. This particular one, the JJ video reaction, this was the quickest growing video in terms of views on my channel at the time. I still don't know why. And I think that's the thing that's interesting about YouTube, is that you can create videos and make videos and be really proud of them, but they may not do that well, and the videos that you're not necessarily proud of will suddenly get like 1,000 views in like 10 minutes or whatever. Like, that's an exaggeration, but it's like, it's interesting to see how it works. Okay, so this one I do want to bring up before we move on to like more videos later on in the years. This blooming video took me so long to record. And again, thumbnail wise, I was still sort of doing this type of thing, like getting YouTube generated images off the computer for my videos. But this video, by the time I actually uploaded it, I think I was not in a good mood, because I mean, this video is fine. The original Trace Brody video is fine. I think it took me like 3 or 4 times to record it, because the first time round I used OBS and that crashed. Second time, I think I used like, what was it, not Photo Booth, but something similar on the Mac, and the syncing was completely out. Like, for some reason the audio halfway through was like 2 seconds out of sync, and I couldn't figure out why. The next time I recorded, the third time I recorded, I think my laptop crashed, and then this is the 4th time. This is a thumbnail I really wish I could redo, the Markiplier Try Not to Laugh challenge, just because I love my reaction in this thumbnail. And it was actually for this clip. And I wish I could go back and like redo that thumbnail, because I could make that look so much better. It looks really messy on that front, but again, this was still like, you know, still me trying to figure stuff out. It wasn't until this thumbnail where I was like, okay, let's actually start making proper thumbnails. This particular one, because I had to relearn how to use like Photoshop and GIMP, GIMP is one that I use now, and it's basically a free version of Photoshop. They're not sponsored by me or anything. I'm just saying that that's what I use. But yeah, I had to relearn how to use Photoshop and GIMP. So yeah, this took quite a long time. I think this took like 45 minutes to make this particular thumbnail. Honestly, I wish I could go back on it. I'd take away like some of the edges here in the face. I'd sort of erase out. Maybe this bit here, just so the face in the middle was a bit better. I mean, technically this isn't a Darkiplier pic, this is actually one of my pictures from my Antisepticeye cosplay, but shh. If you don't look at the neck, you won't notice. But yeah, this took so long, and this particular reaction pic here with the red and blue is actually from the video. I think this particular series, the Who Killed Markiplier series, I think I uploaded that every day. Because just before I uploaded the first part, the Wilford Wolfstash video had just come out, so I was like, okay, at the time I hadn't actually seen Who Killed Markiplier, so I was like, okay, I need to get on that. I need to just do that. So I think I did pretty much record these in like one after the other. This was another thumbnail that took ages to do. What took ages was the red and blue bit behind me. And that's the part that took ages, because, I mean, again, now, I took the photo of me sort of vertical instead of horizontal. So that I changed that, I don't know if I'd change much with this actually. I quite like this one. I mean, it's not perfect, but you can see what's going on. And I didn't want to do the exact sort of effect in the last shot of Darkiplier looking in the mirror and then it cracks. I didn't want to do the exact same thing, but I just wanted to do something similar. Okay, so this had a different thumbnail to it. I am going to go back on some of the videos actually and actually click into them, because that's something else I want to do. I think it was just from the beginning of the video and just had me looking normal, because I wanted kind of to fool people into clicking it, to thinking it was normal. This was 5 months ago. I think by the time this particular video is going to be up on YouTube, I think Jack would have got 24 million subscribers by this point. So it's only taken him 5 months, sorry, to get to 1 million again. Jeez, that's weird to think about. But yeah, this one I was really proud of actually. This was a video that was originally supposed to be uploaded the year before for his 22 million subscriber mark, but at that point that was when my laptop sort of crashed and I had to get a new one, so it never really happened until a year later, exactly a year later actually, when he got 23 million. So that if you want to see how long it takes for him to get to 1 million per time frame, this is how you can do it. So it took a year for him to get 1 million last year, and then it's taken him 5 months to get the next million. Yeah, but this particular video I was really proud of. This took me, I think it took me a day to film it and 3 days to edit it, but I'll go back into that one in a minute. This one, again, took me ages, and again, I kind of wish I'd taken the picture horizontally instead of vertically. I think that would have been better, but at the same time I kind of wish I'd made it look like a film script, because I think that would have been better as well. I was trying to achieve the same thumbnail as the original video, and actually it took me ages to figure out how to do it. Oh, actually alright with that one. I don't really mind that one. I don't really hate any of the thumbnails that I've created. It's more just the fact that, okay, I wish I could have tweaked it a little bit, or in terms of the really early thumbnails, okay, I should have actually just gone for it and made a thumbnail. This was a weird one because I didn't really know what thumbnail to do. I had a lot of ideas for this one, because this particular trailer, I mean, it's coming out next year now, obviously, because of what's going on and the word we can't say. Yeah, this one's now coming out next year, and for me, this is a film that I'm really looking forward to. So I had a lot of different thumbnail ideas for this one, but actually this was the one that, when sort of shrunk down, you could still see it really well. This is something else with YouTube thumbnails, is that actually, like I said with the PAX East thumbnail, it's not really a good idea to do really tiny writing or really tiny details, because when you shrink it down to looking at even your mobile or on a laptop screen or something, chances are you won't be able to see it. And that is the thing with thumbnails, is you need to make your thumbnails quite big or simple in detail. So yeah, so something like this. I think this is okay actually. You can't really see the VidCon logo though, which I kind of wish I turned up the opacity just a little bit, just so this was a little bit more visible. I think this one's got quite a few views. Yeah, this one's just past 200 views. Wow. I want to do more Comic-Con vlogs or event vlogs. Obviously once everything starts getting back up and running, whenever that's going to be. But that would be quite good to do, because I quite enjoyed doing this one. And this was kind of a last minute thing. Originally I wasn't going to film VidCon. And then I think literally as I was packing my rucksack and stuff, I was like, actually, yeah, let's just see how this goes. Weirdly enough, most of the footage that you see from the expo hall and stuff is on my phone. The opening of the video. So yeah, let's go into this one. So yeah, this was all filmed on my camera here. And I think this was at like 10 in the morning or something like that. Or had I just come out? I'd just come out of the cinema actually, so it was like midday. I was like, okay, this would be kind of just a fun, silly thing to do before actually starting the vlog. Was just a little review of Sonic the Hedgehog. I had a little handheld like tripod, which I hadn't practiced with filming before coming to London. So yeah, I was a bit all over the place at the beginning. I don't know what I was balancing the camera on. I think it was the desk, and then I just zoomed in. I think that's what I was doing. But yeah, this was filmed on my handheld camera as well. And then you get to all this bit here. You can kind of see the quality difference as well. That's why I just stuck to my phone. And it also meant I wasn't lugging around my tripod and camera around as well, because I didn't actually bring a bag with me to take with me to the convention. But yeah, this is the quality of the film, of the phone, sorry, which I think is better. But again, like, I didn't practice like filming and stuff on my phone or anything, so it was kind of just like, this is what you get. But that was actually a lot of fun to do. Let's go on to this one, because I want to talk about this. This was... I really rushed to try and get this one out, because I always wanted to do the second part to Glitching the System on April Fool's Day. And I was like, okay, what can I do? I think the original April Fool's Day video actually I had was, I was going to do like, come in and pretend to set up, and then just as I, do my intro, the video cuts off. So I was just going to do something silly like that, but then I remembered, I think Jacksepticeye's already done something like that, so I was like, oh, I don't want it to seem like I'm copying him or anything. And then I thought, well actually, if the next section I'm doing on the game is with Dr. Schneepelstein, I have that costume, I cosplay him, well... Actually, yeah, this was a lot of fun to do. I think my accent kept changing. I should have practiced more with that accent before actually recording this, because that's something that I would have liked to change, but actually this was a video I was really happy with by the end of it. This is probably my favourite thumbnail. I wanted to make it look as if the eyes were sort of glowing, which I hope I've done it justice. Let's go into this one, because there's something I want to talk about with here. So I wanted to bring Auntie back for this one. And I was like, okay, I kind of want to see if I can do like two of the same people in one shot, and see how that works. This was something that took me, like this little clip here, was something that took me like, I think a day or two to edit. Yeah, here we go. So this is something that took me like a day or two to edit. And what I did was filmed this part here, then made sure the camera was in a similar enough frame. I didn't want to do it exactly the same, like you can see here with the clipping here. I didn't want to do it exactly the same because I wanted to have it, make it look as if sort of my reality was trying to kick him out and it wasn't really working. So there's like a conflict there. But what I did was I put this particular frame on top of this one, and then literally just cropped it down. cropped the edge down until you could see me here. I added a blur dissolve in for him to like phase in. And then this green bit, I did try and figure out to see if I could actually blur the edge here, because this is the only bit I don't really like, is this bit here. But this took me like a day this little clip here I think took me a day or two to edit. But overall, really, really happy with it. But yeah, there's kind of just a few things I wish I could change with the edging there. But, you know, I'm happy with that one. I think we should go back to the OG video just to finish things off. I think we should go back and just have a look. This is something...
Welcome. I am Zombie Kitty.
Oh my god.
And welcome to my channel. I've had
It's really echoey.
For a while, and I kind of forgot I had it. I have a podcast as well at the same time, so I'm...
That podcast doesn't exist anymore. I stopped doing that about a year or so ago, just because it started feeling like a chore. But I think also at that point as well, I think Venom was the last episode I did, and then there wasn't really any films I was interested in seeing at the end of that year, so there wouldn't have been any episodes until like the new year anyway. So I was like, well, it did take a lot of debating, to be honest, because I wasn't sure if I was going to regret sort of getting rid of it, and it did take me a long time to admit, like, yeah, it's time to end it. Also, this is really echoey. I was filming, and I think I filmed like 4 videos in a row on this particular day. But this was filmed downstairs. I did my recent Crash Bandicoot videos, which is from a live stream. I did that downstairs as well, just because the internet connection was better downstairs. But this one, I don't know why I did. I think I was looking after the dog. I think that was why I had it downstairs. I don't remember how long I had the YouTube channel for before actually recording. I don't remember, because I thought I had the YouTube channel for like a week or 2 and then started recording stuff, but maybe I had it for longer. The original idea was I was going to have a YouTube channel with one of my friends, and essentially it was going to be the same concept as Unus Annus, where it was like every day is a different video. Obviously it wasn't going to be as interesting and R-rated as that channel, but it was just going to have kind of silly things. But at the time I was at university, and that kind of took over and didn't really get time to do it. So I think by this point I'd obviously graduated.
Obviously on SoundCloud and Twitter. And I kind of just forgot I had this. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands, so
I still talk with my hands.
Talk with my hands a lot, so
it's the Italian side of me. Yeah, so the other thing as well is like and even I commented on this actually, is I talk way too much. And even now, I've been recording for 35 minutes already. I talk way too much at the beginning, like, and I'm still like that. Like, that hasn't changed. That really has not changed at all. Even the way that I film stuff is different, because now what I do with reaction videos, I have my intro just as this without the computer screen, and then I kind of fade it into the video I'm reacting to. But at the time, because with OBS I didn't really know how to do that, it didn't happen. It was still like, no, you can see the video there, and I've got to wait for it to, you've got to wait for me to unpause it and stuff. Very different. That was very echoey though. I think this one and this one, yeah, is all the same. It was here that I started recording in my room. But yeah, it's interesting to kind of go back on how your channel was, but also how you were. I don't really think I've changed too much. I think what's changed is like where I record and how I do things now, especially in terms of like thumbnails and video quality. I definitely think I've got more confident in talking, although at the same time I still think my intros are still really lengthy. I have been debating on doing like timestamps for some of them, because some of them I do talk for a long time. One more thing I do want to do actually is go into this one, because this is another one that I'm really pleased with. But this one I kind of wanted to set it out like how the PAX East intro was. So it starts off normal and then kind of weird things start happening. But this was all scripted. So this whole thing, I wrote a script out the year beforehand, because again this was originally supposed to be a Halloween video the year before. And then I kind of kept that for a while. And I did have to change a couple of things, just because obviously now at that point he'd gained another 1 million subscribers. And I think there was a few other things I had to change as well. So the idea here was like, by this point Anti had taken over all of the egos and now he was coming for the subscribers. And I was kind of the first one. So that's what that idea was supposed to be. Okay, firstly, this is not real. I feel like that's really obvious by now. I think this is literally like a £2 prop from a Halloween shop. And literally all I did was put the fake blood on the blade here and literally just do that. Like nothing else to it. And this was kind of a test to see if it would work. And then I realised that actually if I want to film it again, I'd have to take all the fake blood off. It would stay there for a couple of days and then I'd have to refilm. So I was like, oh, okay, this is what I'm going to use then, I guess. There we go. So this is my version. This is my version of Anti. I know a lot of fan art have kind of done him with like the elf ears and stuff like that. I did originally have like fangs and stuff, but my mouth's too small and I can't talk in them. I also got them in, I can't really move my mouth or anything, just because my mouth is too small.
All the signs, all the warnings, and now I'm here to take.
Yeah, I keep looking at the camera because I wasn't sure if I was in frame a lot of the time, and that's kind of a problem that I still have. So that's something I shouldn't have really done. Like stuff like, where's it gone? Where is it?
And now I'm here to.
By that bit there. So that took ages, because I think from what I remember I had to like split all those clips down of me doing that and really speed it up. I think it's been sped up by like 500% or something. So yeah, like a lot of those kind of things were sped up by like 500-600%. I also wanted to do like a lot of the references from the recent videos and stuff, because I thought that'd be kind of cool to update it. Like he's aware of like the memes and stuff that we've all done. I kind of wish that I had put in more glitches. Not too much else, because my version of the character doesn't actually glitch as much as the canon version. So I was like, okay, well, I don't want to have like constantly. So yeah, but I think I should have done like 1 or 2 more.
23 million.
See, and then I think it just ends like this. Yeah. So it's not too bad. I'm quite proud of that one. But I do think for the ending bit I should have added like maybe 1 or 2 glitches in. But oh well, it's got 70 views. I'm pretty happy with the attention it got, to be honest. But yeah, I thought I would do a kind of self-analysing video on my channel, because it's interesting to kind of go back and look at how things were at the start. And also it's interesting to kind of self-reflect and see like, okay, are there still things you want to improve? Is there still things that need working on? I definitely think I talk too much. And I think some of the titles I need to kind of improve upon as well. This channel's done pretty well. I'm never expected it to get this far. I think even by this point I expected like 10 subs and like 1 or 2 views on each video. So the fact that it's even got this far, and even if a video only gets like a couple of views, I'm happy, because it means that those handful of people saw my video and thought, oh, this will be cool to look at. So even like with that, I appreciate it a lot. But yeah, happy 2nd birthday, Zombie Kitty. I'm gonna end it here then. Thank you all for watching, and thank you for anyone who's subscribed to me, who watches my videos. I really do appreciate it.